we have a massive problem, and we're going to have a terrorist attack, and it's going to be on Biden's head.
Well, this is just incredible. I wonder what you could do as an elected official to get ahead of this.
One of those terrorist cells, which I'm pretty certain are here. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
They are.
When
They
there's
tragically are. And the
terrorism,
FBI is telling us they're here.
So it's a matter of when, not if.
Yes.
And how
tragically,
sad is that? Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of dead Americans, and they'll have blood on their hands. And you know what? It's unforgivable. It's a clear and present danger, and it's unnecessary.
Amen.
This must be part 2 of the GOP's plan to have the terror attack that they've been dreaming about. Kneecap the Republican-leaning border security bill so that Trump still has to complain about it on the campaign trail, then go on TV to blame Democrats while they eat popcorn and pray for Americans to die. It's the MAGA way.
They're coming into our country, and a lot of terrorists are coming in. This is really bad. I heard somebody yesterday say 100% happened to be Sean Hannity. Did you ever hear of Sean Hannity? He said 100% certain that there'll be some horrible acts, terror acts. And that's the answer. It's 100%. It's 100%. The people coming into our country, it's 100% certain. And we have to have fair elections. And there's a 100% chance that there will be a major terrorist attack in the United States, or many attacks maybe. And it's all because of what's happened over the last 3 years.
It makes sense to root for an attack when your candidate for president is a convicted criminal with absolutely no remorse for his crimes. Most of the time, political figures distance themselves from felons to make sure that voters don't think that they condone lawlessness. But the Republican Party has decided to embrace it instead.
Your nominee could be sentenced to actual jail time 4 days before everything kicks off in Milwaukee. Have you planned for that at the RNC?
Yeah, we're working on that right now. I'm actually going up to Milwaukee this week, and we're going to have a series of conversations. But look, we expect that Donald Trump is going to be in Milwaukee, and he's going to be able to accept that nomination. And if not, we will make whatever contingency planning we need to make for it. But the fact is, he's going to be our nominee, and he's going to be the 47th president of the United States.
Can you talk about those contingency plans?
No, I think that right now we're in the process of putting everything together for us having a great convention. It's going to be an opportunity to roll out his vision.
Number one, I don't think there's a chance that Trump will be sentenced to any jail time. But even if he is, they won't need him there to roll out his vision, because he's told us his vision multiple times.
In 2016, I declared, I am your voice.
In 2016, I declared, I am your voice.
Today, I add, I am your warrior.
And now I say to you again tonight, I am your warrior.
I am your justice.
I am your justice.
And for those who have been wronged and betrayed,
And I took a lot of heat for this one, but I only mean it in the proper way. For those who have been wronged and betrayed, of which there are many people out there that have been wronged and betrayed.
I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
I am your retribution. We will take care of that. And 2024 is the final battle. That's going to be the big one.
Ironically, all that talk from Republicans about terror attacks coming from religious extremists that want to control their citizens might actually come true, because the MAGA party is planning to carry it out.
When Donald Trump becomes the 47th president of the United States, there will be retribution on all those who have promoted evil in this country. I said that this is a spiritual battle, and I quoted Ephesians chapter 6 and Romans chapter 13, verse 1 through 4. And they like to spin it their own way. Retribution does not mean civil war. It means just punishment. And that's what we subscribe to here, is we subscribe to a legal system that we believe in fair punishment for those who perpetrate evil in this country. There are just two genders in this country. What we see being waged upon the education system is insane. And those dark demonic ideologies, the communist ideology of Karl Marx in his Communist Manifesto, one of the first principles of Karl Marx's communist ideology was to take away the distinguishment of the sexes. And that's why we see that implemented in China. As soon as communism was implemented, the women all chopped their hair off to have the same exact haircuts as men. And if you go to Shanghai or even Beijing today, it's very much still the same.
We've been convinced for so many years that it's impossible for our country to promote and openly support an extremist leader that'll actually suspend democracy, that when we're looking at and listening to one tell us that it's exactly what he wants to do, many won't believe it. But for people with a different perspective on what's brewing in America, they see it. and they're preparing for the worst.
The German foreign ministry is making contingency plans for the outcome of the American election in 2024. And they have plans for a Biden re-election, but I will tell you that most people in Germany and really most of the officials across Europe I spoke to do not believe Biden will be re-elected. They believe that Trump is going to win. Their plans for Trump's return involve trying to figure out how he will destabilize a wide range of issues, from Ukraine to NATO to climate change to tariff policy. And they're also trying to figure out who his confidants are, how they can get close to them. But this is what's really striking to me. They're also making plans for a third scenario in which basically there's a sustained period of uncertainty about the outcome of the election, accompanied potentially by widespread political violence in the U.S. And their fear is that in such a moment of vulnerability, that would be when Vladimir Putin or some other adversary decides to roll the dice and attack NATO or, do something really provocative because they believe that America would be paralyzed.